Hey guys, welcome to a podcast about mental health brought to you by the Women's Circle, some of the ladies from the Women's Circle today, and hosted by me, Whitney. And we're just going to introduce everyone. So we'll start over here.
Hi guys, my name's Natifa.
I'm Alima. My name's Zainab.
I'm Anara. Amara, you might hear them also say.
So have a few questions. I'm just going to throw one out there and see what we get. How comfortable are you discussing mental health with your family or friends?
The topic or my mental
Well,
health?
your mental health with your family or friends.
I don't think that's something that I do discuss with family. It'll be more in my workplace kind of thing. I don't think with family I do discuss mental health.
I think for me, I don't think about if I need to discuss it to then say whether I think if I'm comfortable, I'll say probably, but it's not something that I think about to talk about. Yeah.
That's strange. No, it's strange to hear or interesting because I feel like I'm always talking about my mental health or like not using it as an excuse, but more just making people aware of where I'm at, basically. But so you're comfortable, but you wouldn't say it's something that you actually do.
Yeah.
So it's like I could give advice to somebody else and making sure that they're in a good mental state, looking after other people. But when it comes to personally me, I wouldn't. It's not something that I do discuss openly.
Why?
Never. It's just never come up. Or
You don't feel like you don't get asked about it, or you just
that might be
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that might be one. But yeah, I don't think I've openly said, "Oh yeah, I feel like this and I feel like that."
Do you feel like you would know how to though? Like, say I said to you, "Hey T, like, how's your mental like doing right now?" Would you be able to like actually express yourself to me?
Yeah.
I think I am comfortable. If someone asks, I would say. But I'm not just going to talk about it.
I think
I don't know that you
it's
care.
interesting. I think if they ask me, because I think the normal question is like, how are you?
Yeah.
So most people give, I'm fine or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely someone that says, yeah, I'm fine. If you would genuinely asking me like how are you really, or like if you ask me how's your mental health, then obviously I know that's a different question to what I'm used to. So then I'll probably take the time to think and then slowly warm up to the like expressing, or yeah, if that makes sense. So like, because I feel like it's not at the surface of my brain. So it's like you might ask me and I'll be like, okay, yeah, actually, this is going on or whatever. And then you start to, if you ask more questions, and you're kind of unpicking, well, what's causing that, or. But I don't think one question would be enough for me to just say everything.
Say everything.
I think it also with the having a safe space as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I might be around a group of 5 people, and then I might want to know how you are, but it's not exactly the time and place to be like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm not. I'm not in a good state of mind. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like your location, time and place obviously
It
does
matters.
take yeah. So I might have been asked, to be honest, but then I'll probably be like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm always, my answer to everything
I'm
is
always good.
I'm good. I'm always good.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Okay,
It's
cool.
just time and place.
Do you feel like you are ever faced with heavy mental health, like in terms of this is actually quite heavy. Let me not say that here. It's a bit too heavy, I think.
What? Suicidal? Or what?
Yeah. I wouldn't want you guys to.
It's
not mental health
though. It's part
Okay.
of mental
I
health.
don't know. Can I ask that?
I mean, it's an aspect of it.
So yeah, so do you feel like you've ever experienced like a really low point where obviously we've mentioned suicide or just feeling like you can't get up to a point where like it's deep now?
Yeah, I've hit
then-
breaking point. I've definitely gone to breaking point. Like I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, 100%.
And then what do you do to get out of that? Oh no.
What?
What is
I've got a child in it, so it's boy.
Child.
Now you just have to keep on going. Like,
All right.
there's no stopping. boy.
Childless. Childless. What were you saying?
I don't know. I feel like I've come to a point where it's just about feeling it. Sometimes I feel like I might need to just sit in it. Like I know I'm not going to do anything. But I feel like there's a period of time where I may just need to sit in it and just kind of accept it for what it is at that moment and kind of just let it take over, flow, and then pass sort of thing. I feel like sometimes when I get into the space of trying to fight back at it or things like that, it just takes a lot of energy. So yeah, sometimes I think that's the best thing for me, because I've definitely tried to pick myself up, get things going, get back into my normal routine, and it just feels like a lot more pressure at that point. So yeah, just kind of letting it
just flow, have its course.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about me? I think for me, I have to be alone. Like, I really have to be alone. I fear people see me in like a really depressed state. And it's so sad, but I also feel like, because I'm like quite a happy person, I try to be nowadays. I feel like before it was way more effortless when I wasn't going through life. Yeah, I just don't want to ever make people think like I'm weak. I feel like mental health problems for me is that being so vulnerable. And also then sharing that with someone, sometimes I feel like they might use it against me, which I have had in the past, like someone use my mental health against me. So yeah, I'm very much, if I'm in that place, I'm going to do it alone, which isn't always the best way, because you have all those thoughts coming, like suicide, and you're contemplating just running away, or just whatever comes to your mind, or just thinking, this is it, I'm done, like there's no coming back from this, which I've had. But
how do you come out of it? Like, how do you come out of that?
I'm just alone. I'll just be alone for however long, and then one day I'll be like, okay, this is, you need to get up now. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Like, when I think back, like when there was times where I was suicidal, but the reason, well, I was suicidal, but I knew I wouldn't do it because I was too scared to do it anyway, which is good, thank God. But there's always things going on in life, so like, and because that whole thing of you don't want other people to see you weak or whatever, so it means that I've had to show up or be around people to make sure that they don't think that I'm down or whatever. So it's kind of like, it's sad because I'm kind of ignoring or not sharing the problem, but then also it means that there's something for me to do to try and get me out of feeling that way. So I don't think there's something I've specifically done, but just because life continues and you have to do stuff.
Have we got tissue?
Can
we get tissue? Can we get tissue?
It's okay.
Oh,
I'm not even clocking, like. What's up? All right, tissue's on its way. Let it out, girl. Okay.
I've got no explanation.
Just like, I felt that.
Yeah. It's just really sad.
I think it might be like a situation that we're sitting here now, and it's like, you hear, that's something new that I've heard. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we could all be going through stuff.
Exactly.
And
no
you're
one
trying to hide,
knows.
you're trying to hide, you're trying to hide. That's like, we're all, we always have to put on a brave face and think that we're not going through shit, but we are going through a hell of a lot, but we go through things. There we go.
Thank you. So, that being said then, do you think going through this stuff is inevitable? Like, in terms of like, we're all here, we're all saying we've been down, we've contemplated certain things, and we've had to get ourselves back up. But then how much times have you been in that place? Do you think it's just something that comes? Because I always think that, is it just something that comes with life, or am I just too sensitive to the world?
I just find it so hard to think that why we shy away from our emotion, like we don't share it. I feel like, again, we could talk now and it's like we hear what our loved ones are going through, and you think you don't want someone that you love, you care about, to be going through it, and especially by themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's obviously when you're going through it, you don't know if someone can help, but you can have a small conversation and it can change a lot of or take a burden off of you, or a little bit of a weight off of you. But yeah, in my head, I'm like, why do we keep it so internal? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think we're taught.
Why?
I don't think we're taught to speak, express, share. Like growing up.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I mean, I don't know. What I grew up seeing from my mum, she was working, she was doing. There was no time to
exactly that.
to be down.
Exactly that.
Because she had to do what she needed to do to keep the clogs turning?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if she didn't, it would stop.
Yeah.
So what do you think is like one of the biggest things to cause you to have like a low point? Like, do you feel like it's family, relationship, work? Like, what is
all
the
of it,
all of it?
Yes. Yeah.
All of it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Everything.
I think everything has a big
Big
part
part.
to play.
Yeah.
Because you've got the stresses of so many different things. So
At one time.
like you could go to work and then you've got your stress from work, and then you've got your home life, and then you might have a husband and that might not be going so well, and then it's like you're trying to come home to something that should be like a safe space, but then at that point you come home, it's not a safe space, and then you still have to parent your children and trying to keep this weight on you, and then family might end up putting pressure on you, and it's like they don't know what you're going through, and it's like it just all gets on top of you, and it's like, who do I turn to? Do you know what I mean? Work stressing me out, then I'm at home and my husband's stressing me out, and then
My child. I have to
look after my child, and then I've got family that I wish that I could turn to, and it's like, how can I turn to when you put in so much pressure on me? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like that's when people end up breaking or having their breaking points, because you're getting pressure from left, right, and centre.
Yeah. So obviously we've discussed like we wouldn't outwardly just go and speak about our mental health with our family or friends. But if they asked us, we might kind of give a little something given the right place and time. But would you ever seek any help, like therapy or counselling or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had therapy. I've had it a few times.
How did you find it?
First one wasn't that great. I'd probably say the last time I had it was probably one of the most influential ones in my life. I definitely feel like I'm at a point where I'll probably start it again, just because what I needed it for at that time, it did help. And as much as I believe I have made progress, like with my mental health, I just feel like there's like different levels that I've kind of had to conquer. So it helped me get past a certain level, and it's like, okay, I now feel like I have to deal with
dealing with life
something
like this,
else now, and I feel like I might need help with it. So yeah, my last round of sessions was probably some of the best I've had. It was good.
What made it better?
I think probably just the person. I always kind of hear it a lot that
Needs to be the right person.
it needs to be the right person. Like you can go to therapy and this, that, and the other, but if you and the person aren't kind of like gelling, then it doesn't really work out. But yeah, the therapist that I had that time was really good. So that was really influential.
I've always heard with therapy or people go into therapy, like some people start and be like, nah, it wasn't for me. And then I also heard that people say, well, I've gone back. So it's just like, it's you being willing also to know that you need help. because you can go and it's like pointless. I was doing I had counselling since primary school. Like I'd had someone come and take me out of class for an hour, and just like I could do whatever I wanted in that time. But if I wanted to talk, I could talk, but I didn't. And then in secondary school, I remember always getting angry, like, oh, you know, some people be gassed to come out of class. I'd be like, oh, why am I seeing this woman again? Like, I don't want to talk to her. And I guess they thought I need it because maybe they saw my life to be like too much for a child, I guess. So then I think I went into college and I done counselling. And this guy was so rude. He was so rude. I remember he must have said something like, well, why don't you just stop doing it then? Like, he gave me so much attitude. He gave me so much attitude. I was like, no, like, you put me off of this completely. Like, I'm never going back. Like, never, 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 never. I was even cussing him out in the session. I was like, are you crazy? Like, you're not supposed to do this. This is not your job. You're not even supposed to speak. And I feel like, no, but obviously I was just angry and young because my other counsellors, when I was in secondary school, I remember always saying like, can't you tell me something about yourself? Like, I always wanted to know something about her. Yeah. And she was like, no, that wouldn't be good for you. It's not about me. It's about you. And I'm like, no, but I just want to know something because then I can feel like, okay, I know you, so I can talk to you. Yeah. I said, when I feel like I can't connect with you on any level, I don't want to say nothing to you. Like, I'm not even being any kind of way. But now I've come out of that and I've done counseling. I mean, I've done therapy like 2 years ago. Paid for it. Also very expensive. Gonna put that out there, but you can get free counseling and therapy, you know. But yeah, when I did do it recently, I didn't want to know anything because I was so focused on trying to figure out what is going on in myself that it was just like, okay, I have this woman that is not gonna try and like use anything against me like family would. Like, I can sit down with my family and think they care. Well, they do care, but they might bring their care in a different way or projecting how their life is on me or whatever. So I have this woman that's gonna literally sit and listen to everything I have to say and kind of just point me into places for me to figure it out, not for her to actually control like where the outcome is. So yeah, I think it's definitely a valuable thing and definitely should be done, but it is time and place, right person. Guy, I'm just thinking about that guy now. He was so rude. Obviously I just mentioned that therapy can be expensive, and you mentioned that people aren't aware that is such a powerful thing to help you with just throughout life. So do you feel like there is enough out there in terms of like accessing therapy or accessing help for mental health, especially as like women, Black women?
The thing is, there's stuff out there. Like you see, even on like Instagram, you probably see stuff.
Better Health.
Yeah, Better Health. But then, that I think you have to pay for.
Do you? I thought it was free.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen, but
I feel like the way they advertise it. But
I feel like you do have to have a conversation with someone to really understand, because before, when I heard about therapy, there was a guy at work, and he said he does CBT therapy, and because to me he was a bit like not alright. I'm like, therapy's for you. Definitely need therapy. Like, so in my mind, I'm like, not that I've ever said to myself that I don't need therapy, but I just never associate myself to therapy. So I think there's probably just not. There's just, I don't know if it's advertising or what, but the way it is, I just didn't relate to it ever. So I heard about therapy on TV. You see people who have, like, they seem crazy. To me, I wasn't crazy. I was just, I don't know, I was low.
Yeah.
I knew how to get out of that, and I knew how to carry on. But I didn't know that that is not actually helpful. Like, I didn't understand the impact of doing those things on myself until doing therapy. So I just don't, it's like it's out there, but I just didn't relate to it.
I feel like the stigma is that like therapy tends to usually be something that comes after something major has happened and you've been referred.
Yeah.
But my last one and the one before that I didn't really like was a self-referral. It was through NHS and it's free as well. So yeah, you can definitely refer. You can obviously pay as well, but I think it's just that stigma that the whole thing with therapy is after something major has happened, and it's like through the health system or the mental health system, it has all of that sort of stigma around it, but can definitely go out of your way and find resources for yourself.
Thank you guys for watching our podcast today. If you are someone that is struggling with your mental health, please reach out to your family, reach out to your friends. Don't be too scared or don't hide behind the way you're feeling. And if you don't want to reach out to them, you can always reach out to myself or Rise365. Good.
Peace.